Hi guys, good evening. Hope you're all good. Hope you're safe. Yeah, I think today performance, really hard fought came from my team and wasn't our usual style of play because yeah, we were up against a team who's exceptionally good at moving the ball from side to side, opening up the opposition and yeah, penetrating right through the middle because of the system that they play where they have 6 players almost all in midfield, the 2 holding midfielders, the wingers that tucks in Tembazwani and Nkolisi that drops in just behind the strikers, and then the 2 strikers as well, and then they leave the space open for the fullbacks to exploit. But I think our focus was more just based on stopping them from getting through the midfield because yeah, we pretty sure about our aerial abilities and we can defend from the crosses, and that's not the kind of game Sundowns wants to play. So I think tactically we got it really right, and we restricted Sundowns from playing to where they're most dangerous, and that's through the middle. And once we got that, we kind of had opportunities on the counter attack and the breakaway to really hurt them. And I think, yeah, just our efficiency where, we don't get the right final touch in the area, in the 18 area. Because there was a few breakaway opportunities where we had Memela, good moments, Untuli, and then just, yeah, like I said, the final touch kind of disappointed us, but nevertheless, we kind of gave them something to think about, that we're dangerous on the counter. And then I think, yeah, fair halftime, both teams going in 0-0 because I don't think Sundowns really hurt us that much, or they didn't create enough chances to be worthy to be in the lead. And if we probably were a bit more clinical, better final touch in the area, we could have probably gotten ourselves up at the halfway mark. In the second half, Sundowns came out first 2 minutes out the block where we kind of were still stuck in the dressing room. But once we found our feet, we just managed the game effectively. And eventually, having Sikakane play at right wing and Kalinga on the other wing, which they were kind of worried now with the speed that we had up front. And I think that's how it really opened for us. And Untuli was exceptional hold-up play. He gave us depth. He really held the ball up nicely, and then he waited for support. So I think, yeah, we found a lot of joy with Ntuli having the game that he was having, and Memela, the intelligence. So once we saw that Ntuli really ran his race and he was superb for the team, we thought the change was imminent, and it was better just to go for someone who can also come in with speed and trickery, because their defenders were really tired, because Ntuli really dragged them all over the pitch, and he was a handful. So by the time Molenga came in, the game was pretty much very open because Sundowns was pushing that all important to get that goal. So we knew that with the pace Molenga can then provide us, he can get in, and if he just gets into a sprint race with Nascimento or the Rook, he might be able to have fresher legs and the speed that he has, So yeah, and then I think the intelligence of Memela, Section Kalinga made a fantastic run, dragging the Rook out with him out on the wide, which opened just the middle, and Meme played the perfect pass, into Molenga. And like I said, fresher legs, speed, and yeah, he was in on goal, and the finish was just unbelievable. I think if Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, Neymar finishes that, people talk about it, So was a well worth it goal. and worthy for us to go into the lead, because I think we created and we had the better moments of the game up until then. So yeah, so we go 1-0 up. And then obviously it's only natural that Sundowns will come and make a real push for it, because they are the champions and they have the players that they have in the squad. So yeah, so they really came for us, but we remain disciplined. I have to give credit to my defense. I have to give credit to my midfielders, Magaula, Buchanan, and Meme was giants in there. You know, the shift, the workload that they produce for the team, and that was mainly the reason why we kind of were able to see through and see the game out without conceding, because these guys just worked effortless, and they were spotless. They were spotless today, spotless performance from the team. So, you know, as a coach, you are proud when you see that your team shows the desire, the discipline, and the efficiency to hold out the champions and not letting them get back into the game or get off. And yeah, and it was crucial for us, you know, all those draws that we had, which felt like losses, but then you get recompensate like that we did here with a remarkable performance. So yeah, so proud of my team, proud of the technical team, you know, everyone for working really hard and pushing the guys on, because it's not easy to maintain the physicality that we showed today when you play every third day. So yeah, so happy with the overall performance from every single one in the team, and more so happy for Molenga for getting back from being injured and then coming off the bench and then having such a huge impact on the team and getting the all-important goal. And also for Neil Boshoff, you know, we could have been under pressure from Sundowns, because they know it's not really Motwa usual in goals, comfortable, very good with the feet, and Neil was superb. 2 games for Neil, 2 clean sheets. So yeah, so can't ask for anything better. So we've not achieved anything yet, but hopefully the stride that we're in now, it could be the turning point for our season, and right towards the end, get us up close there with the top. And then when next season comes, we're hopefully looking to add some new additions to the team as well, because that's also very important. But I'm proud of the performance in the team today.
Thanks, Coach. We will give Rob Senior and Rob Junior.
Thanks, brilliant. Coachy, hope you're well. And nice to ask that where I'm not going to get a sign return.
How are you?
Good, man. Good. I'm sitting in the dark, though. Cape Town just had a power failure.
Oh.
Yeah, don't know what's going on. But just to jump to the question, you did touch on it a bit, but a performance like this, just how much does this indicate that this is a team sport? Because it's hard to single out a performer who didn't have a good game today for you. And when you're playing against the best teams, that's what you need to get a result.
Yes, no, it was super important, you know, for everyone to have contributed to today's win, because like you said, you know, it's not an individual sport, and we always count on every player. Once you get the opportunity to play, then you expected to do your best and to give more, you know, for the team. So at all costs, that it must make the team tick, and it must help the team to push on and then get the win. So today, everyone was present. There's not a single player in the team on that pitch today that I could say, maybe it was a bit below par, and that everyone worked exceptionally hard, because we didn't have majority of the ball, you know, so we had to work extra hard to shift, to make Sundowns also uncomfortable in their own skin, because they couldn't penetrate us where they wanted to, in getting into those pockets of spaces where they in on goal, and then they have the craft, you know, of the quality that they have get in behind us, and that. So Salulile was very restricted. He was a shadow of the player that we all know he was, because yeah, my defenders was on song today. Everyone fought, everyone was present, and they showed, and that's just that consistency level that you ask from your players as a coach, because I know when my players produce this kind of performances, when they have this work ethic, when they're in lion mode, then we are a difficult team to beat, and we can go pound for pound with any team in the league. And today we proved it again. So hopefully this can be a starting point of something new, that these players can understand that when you put in efforts like this, when you work this hard and you work this hard as a team, you become just so difficult to beat, and you will get your opportunities, and if you take them, and then it's 3 points in the bag for the team. So yeah, so very happy with every single performer, and even the guys that came on as substitutes, they also contributed hugely to spur the team on to get that all-important 3 points and give Sundowns their first loss of the season. So I guess the record is a bit, they have to wait another season to go another year without losing a game, and not on my watch while I'm here.
There's Coach Robin, Fidel, and Benni, and Kuyaga. Start with you, Robin.
Coach, if someone can ask you that, AmaZulu, this was the first time AmaZulu have defeated Sundowns in a league match in Durban since 1993. What would be your reaction be? And secondly, what is happening with Velimoto? Is it injury or medically?
Veli got injured. The goal that he suffered against Chippa, obviously Evanga, yes, made a tackle on him and caught him on the ankle, and his ankle genuinely is swollen. It's like a mini cricket ball that he has. So he went for a scan today. Yes, he's gone for a scan today. So we don't know how long he's going to be out for, but he'll definitely also not be available for Pirates because he picked up an injury. But yeah, he conceded a goal in that manner. But obviously, when it comes to AmaZulu, I think the officiating is not really, they don't care too much about protecting the goalkeepers and that. So yeah, so Veli Motwa got injured in the goal that we suffered against Chippa, and then he managed to play on. But after the game, he felt the effects, and his ankle genuinely was very much swollen up. And so yeah, Veli was out. And shoot, I genuinely, the last time AmaZulu beat Sundowns, I think in the cup game, 2010, if I'm not mistaken. 2010.
Yeah, the Nedbank Cup. 2010.
Okay. Wow, that's a very long time. But yeah, listen, I think this is a completely different scenario. I think we came very close to it last season as well. Yeah, where we should have probably beaten Sundowns, but we managed to get a draw. So they beat us 1-0 the first game of the season, and now we returned the favor. We beat them 1-0. Hard fought, but still deservedly, because I think everyone kind of knew if there's a team that can really give Sundowns a run for it, and then it's AmaZulu. If the AmaZulu players have the right mindset and they want to compete, and then they can go toe to toe with Sundowns, And today we showed that. That we weren't outclassed by far the best team in the league, and I'm very happy for the performance. I'm very happy for the win, and also I'm happy for the players, for the effort, monstrous effort that they put out there today. And yeah, and long may it continue, I hope.
Fidel, Veli, and Kuyaga, we'll start with you.
Thank you. Evening, colleagues, evening, coach, and congratulations. There's a small matter of the DStv Compact Cup that's coming. where you lose some of your best players if they are voted in a tournament that has no bearing on the end of the season. I just want to hear your thoughts on the competition and the possibility of losing some of your best players during that time when you could be preparing for the rest of the league and the Champions League. Thank you.
To be honest, I genuinely don't have an answer for you there. That was a very good question, but I'm not in a frame of mind to answer that question, because I genuinely also don't know what the purpose of it is, of the tournament, or how important it is to the league, or to teams. But we'll go on our break, and then when we come back, and then we'll just prepare like we would do to get the players back to full fitness levels, because we've got CAF Champions League next season coming up, and we're excited about it because it's the first in the club's history, and we don't want to make it the last, and we want to enjoy the experience. So yeah, we'll be preparing for that, and then however this competition is going to work, and then yeah, we'll see how it will pan out and which players we will lose to play in this innovating cup. So yeah, that's all I've got for you, but
Yes,
I don't
coach.
know really how to answer that question.
Perfectly good. Thanks, Benny.
Thank you. Congratulations, coach.
So Velile,
On the yes, coach. Coach, just to look forward to your next program. You talk about the Champions League. I'm sure you can't wait. Next week on the 28th is the draw, and obviously you'll be there in that last pot there. It's going to be a very interesting possible group with the Navy Sundowns, with Coach Pizzo, and I'm sure this is the exciting stage for you. I mean, when you go to that level, you see politically what is happening. Eto is the FA president. I'm sure this is one stage. You've spoken about how big it is for AmaZulu, but this is one stage that you're looking forward to. And also, especially in having the international profile that you've always had as a player, but now this is a platform that will also expose you to even other platforms beyond the borders of this continent.
yes, no, of course, it's extremely important, and hopefully we get a very favorable draw. We get teams where we can learn playing against these teams, but we can also give ourselves a nice little competitiveness where we can also go against these teams, because we saw today the capabilities that this team have of us. Sundowns, season campaigners, they one of the top teams, elite teams on the continent, not just in our league, and how we were able to handle ourselves. We are no slouches. We showed that. So yeah, so I think this Champions League will give the players just an experience of a lifetime, and hopefully it's an experience that they want to have every single year, so that we know everything that goes into, the hard work that goes into making it to play in this competition. So yeah, so just to have that, to have the platform to compete against the best coaches on the continent, the best teams on the continent, and maybe even somewhere along the lines reunited with Coach Pizzo. Not saying that we're ready for that kind of challenge, because their levels that he's at now with Al Ali is completely different from where we are at with AmaZulu. But it will release us the opportunity, and also just to see the levels, how far apart we are from the likes of Al Ali. So we'll await the draw patiently. But yeah, we also have that excitement and that sense of we have a level of expectations also what we want to achieve. And I think we've made it there now, so you cannot be satisfied with just making the group and making the draw. We want to go beyond that, and we want to challenge them You know, we wanna experience playing on the continent as well, and also and it's a stage that's there for young coaches to show the ability, to show that they can manage the pressure at this highest level, and also it's an opportunity for these players to showcase their talent, you know, because when you do well, you put yourself out there in the spotlight for bigger teams on the continent that we will find in this group stages. So I hope it's a fantastic learning experience for myself, my technical team, the young guys that we are, and this football club that we have.
As coach,
Evening, coach. Good evening, colleagues. Coach, would you agree with those who believe that after you beat Sundowns, you are favorites against Orlando Pirates? And also, what are you expecting on Thursday against them, as they are inconsistent right now?
Listen, Orlando Pirates is a massive team. You know, I think people mustn't be fooled with just because of last Friday's results against Sundowns. You know, sometimes it happens. You just don't have the best game. You don't start the game well, and then you know you have a situation where a team like Sundowns, they clinical, they lethal, and they don't excuse. You know, so Sundowns had a fantastic day, and they were able to brush Pirates aside, but doesn't mean that AmaZulu is going to go now the same, because we had a fantastic game against Sundowns. We kept them out. We tactically we got it spot on, but doesn't mean that we're now going to be the favorites against Orlando Pirates. They showed us a few weeks ago. They came here and they were well organized. They had a good game. They scored 1 goal. We drew the game, and I think it could have gone either way, but I think a draw was probably a fair result of the day, but doesn't make us favorites. We still have to go there. And when Orlando Pirates want to turn it on, they can turn it on. AmaZulu, when we want to turn it on, we can also turn it on. So it's going to be a nice game for the neutrals. 2 teams that will really go for it, that will go at it and make a good spectacle of the last game of the year for both clubs, you know. And nicely that we're both on the same points. Both teams are on the same points, and it's second and third respectively. So it will make for a really good game of football.
as coach, Robin, do you have a question? Can I take the last 2, please? Robin?
No, I'm sorted. Brilliant. Thank you, Brent. I'm sorted.
Okay. One last taker. You have a taker. Or is that good light?
I can take the taker. The taker becomes me.
Take shot.
Okay. Yes, coach.
Yeah.
You are coming from a difficult period. The period where the team is going through the trials and the tribulations of, especially, I mean, I think at some stage I even forgot to count how many draws. I think it was about 7 draws in a row to where you are now, building something on 2 wins in a row. How difficult was that period, and what kept you yourself going, your technical team, and even your team?
Yes, no, of course, it was exceptionally difficult. It was difficult to accept that we were drawing the games, because we were the best team. We were the best team on the day, but doesn't mean that you're the best team on the day and you got to end up on the winning side, you know. So we let slip so many points against so many good positions that we had, where we dominated games, you know, and then you didn't get. So yeah, so it was kind of frustrating, but you know what you have, the group of players that you have, and for me that was the most frustrating part, because I don't think we were playing to the level where we should be, because of the quality and the experience that we have, you know, and all I wanted was just that the players go back to adapting that hardworking mentality instead of becoming now a talented team where we rely on the talents that we have in the team and the models of what we build our reputation on since joining AmaZulu was being hard work, honest, truthfully. And when we go there, we leave everything in the tank. We come back out after the game with no regrets, you know. And we haven't done that of late. So yeah, so that was very frustrating and that, but you know, we couldn't lose faith and hope with the players because you don't become a bad player overnight. And yes, it's been some moments where we dropped the ball a little bit, but we're back now, and everyone understands that hard work you can't just work hard when you feel like working hard. It's got to be consistent, and it's about consistency. So if we try and remain consistent, you know, you get these kind of performances and then you get these kind of wins. So yeah, so we just have to show the players that we still believe in them, that we have a lot of faith and that they didn't become a bad team because they've had 7 draws in a row, 12 draws in total, you know, in the league. And we've only lost 2 games. Don't forget, only 2 games, you know. And this is unheard of from a team of the caliber of AmaZulu. AmaZulu usually is at the wrong end of the table. This time, AmaZulu will be dubbed as the bookies may be favorite to go down. But since we've joined AmaZulu, that's not the case. AmaZulu might not go through bad moments, but now everyone was saying, AmaZulu this season, don't know. But AmaZulu find themselves third on the league. So you've had a bad start. Things weren't going the way you were. You didn't get the backing and the support to bring in a couple of decent, better players to add to your squad, you know, to make you challenges for maybe to finish second or maybe to compete with Sundowns. So you didn't get all that, you know, and then still we find ourselves third on the log. So it says a lot about the players. It says a lot about the technical team, these guys, the work that we do for the club. And hopefully when we do get the support and the backing and you can add to the squad a few more players that can just spice this team up, just give us that little oomph that we're lacking, that we're missing. And then, yeah, then, you know, we can come back after the Christmas break and we can really make a good push for it. And that's what it is, because there is quality, but sometimes quality also needs to be added to the squad because, you know, you can't compete against the best if you don't mix things and you don't change things a little bit. And I guess that's been part of why, some of the reasons why most of the games have been draws, because I sometimes felt ourselves, we were out of depth. We were out of depth in the squad, and you had to insist with the same thing, and the same thing wasn't kind of working sometimes. So we just needed a little bit of freshness. But today, it worked because we were able to bring in a Mulenga again that came back from injury. He's had a terrible season with injury this time. A lot of players that's not been the same, you know. So now he's come back in, and it looks fresh. So just a little new player, looked like a new player this season. And that's the spark we need. So hopefully in the January transfer window, the president, he'll be able to back me. He'll be able to back me in giving me the support that I need to strengthen the squad more with better quality players than what we have, to just give us that extra push to now go, you know, and and have a better second half and not fall short like we did the start of up until now.